Okay, everybody. So, last Monday, somebody called me around 10 a.m. in the morning about working for them. I was a little thrown off because I realized that who I had talked to about working for, I'd already started working for him a week prior. So they give me their address, and their address, takes me to this little red, well, it's not little, but to this barn down here on this farm. Okay. I'm supposed to be doing carpentry in here, but instead I end up out here digging ditches. Excuse me. Oh, mother. Well, that's horrible. So anyways, now, so I ended up on this farm down here at this red barn. As you can see, I should have went to the right and went to heaven. But instead I went to the left to this place, which turned out to be hell. No shit. Now let me do the other little favor and explain it to you. So I started off working with this guy, and it was just fine. But come around 10:30 a.m., the guy who hired me shows up. No, let me backtrack. 10:30 in the morning, this guy calls me about a job. Says I want you to come over, I'm going to check, see what you think, have an interview. So it was supposed to be for 2 o'clock, ended up showing up at 3 o'clock. I met him here at the red barn, just below my thumb. Worked with him for a little while. He wasn't there. I ended up working with his laborer digging these ditches down by this barn, 200 feet long, 225 feet long, and laying pipe in them and gravel and sand and whatever for drainage runoffs. Okay. Next day I show up, I go to work with his laborer digging out them ditches. Around 10:30, he shows up. He's sitting along the side of the ditch, barking orders, this, that, and the other, and being rude. And I'm like, hey, dude. Like, seriously? So, anyways, I'm sorry. You know how these stupid machines are. So anyways, I end up telling him, hey. Like, for one, I'm looking down, and you're behind me. No, move it over that way, move it over that way. Like, what kind of intelligence is that? But okay, it's frustrating, obnoxious, and annoying. I said, hey. I said, listen, you've barked 15 orders, and you're not even in front of me. I don't even know what in the world you're talking about or what you're saying. I said, slow down. So then he started barking, and I said, hey, man, number one, we grown men. No grown man talk to another man like that, and I ain't going to let nobody talk to me like that. You all right with yourself? You understand that? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. So he walked away. Well, I keep working, and about 20, 30 minutes later, he comes back, hops on the dozer, kicks the other guy off. Now this guy's in the ditch, and he's grumpy about it, and he starts barking orders at me. And I said, hey, man. I said, we grown men. I said, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me, and I don't, please stop talking to me like that. So he's like, oh. So he doesn't say nothing for a few minutes, and I work along, and he barks a couple more orders, and I said, hey, man. I said, no, I done asked you nicely. And I told you once. Now I'm telling you a second time. And now I'm asking you, is there something wrong with you? Are you having a meltdown? Are you possessed? You know. Well, then he starts getting a manifestation issue going on, and I'm like, hey. So he doesn't say nothing. Well, it's a couple back and forth words, and about 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, he's like, "You in the military?" I say, "Yeah, no, but well, I mean, something like that." I went to a boot camp, and something said, "Don't say nothing," because I was going to elaborate. I was like, "Oh, well, you're supposed on an ace card." So he started getting a little buck again. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "What's wrong with you, bro?" I said, what is it? What's wrong with you that you think that you can talk to me like that and tell me barking orders like that? I don't need you to tell me when to move and how far to move, how fast to move. Are you out of your mind? I'm a grown man. I got certifications from OSHA for safety on doing just this job alone. So, and a heavy machine operator anyways. So he wanted to start running his mouth. So I started putting my man on. I said, "Hey, listen, dude. What do you want to do? We throw each other around for a couple of rounds or what? What's up?" Well, all of a sudden he changed his tune as I started advancing towards him, and not aggressively, not just, I'm just closing a little bit of distance, letting him know, "Hey, I'm not scared of you. It's just me and you. What do you want to do?" And I'm telling him this. And he's trying to defend like he ain't scared either. Well, okay, well, you started this thing, so what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I said, "Don't expect me to do anything. Don't tell me to do nothing. You just do yourself. You take care and control yourself." He says, "I think Bob hired you to mess with me." I said, "I don't know that clown any more than I know you, but I know that neither one of you two know how to respect anybody." I said, "Furthermore, I'm a Christian. I don't work for devils doing dirty deeds like that. He could never hire me to go haggle, harass, haze, or whatever anybody else." And I'm like, these two dysfunctional whatevers. And I'm like, what am I even doing here? I don't even get how I got to this job when I already had a job. What the hell? So 4 o'clock comes around. I'm taking my stuff. I done had enough, and I'm leaving. Boss man's like, "Hey man, we get her." I was like, "No, I'm done." He's like, "Well, I wasn't trying to get off till about 5:30, maybe a little later. So have at it." I said, "But I'm done now. You have a good day." And so, anyways, I'm thinking I ain't coming back to this job. Now, this has bothered me all this past week, and I've talked about it, but my dog died, and my dog was real sick, and I got distracted. I get back on my phone to the day that man called me, and let me establish something. There is no prehistory of me calling this man. I never called this guy for a job. This was some kind of setup. You know what I'm saying? Normally, is that a thing where some 60-year-old man looks over at another man that's 52 and says, "You ex-military?" I mean, yeah, I know. I'm built like it. Okay. But what's that going to do with anything? I mean, unless you want to, try the waters, I mean, if he ain't ex-military, then maybe he doesn't. He's just, I can take him. If he's ex-military, then he's got training, then I probably can't take him. I shouldn't mess around. He might kill me. So, that's what I'm thinking is going on here. So then the old man paid and I left, and like I said, I went back and looked on the history log, and there's nothing. I don't know who set this up. I don't know who hacked my devices. I don't know what's going on. I just know that I didn't make that call, didn't set up that job. That man called me. Very, very bizarre.